problems about vaccines reflect a bit the nature of each country. Italy does not have its strongest point in terms of organization and of digitalization. And here we really show the shortcomings of a country which does need to make huge progress from that point of view. And the European funds and the next generation EU will be vital. But may I, since you mentioned Valerio De Molli, I found that it was very interesting what he had to say about the comparison between the response to the financial crisis 10 years ago and the response to the pandemics now in terms, in particular, of EU response. May I add a proposal here, a proposal which has been just formulated by the Pan-European Commission, created, an independent commission created by WHO, which I've been asked to chair. We came up with a sort of a roadmap on the international governance of health. And one of our proposals is exactly that the G20, now under Italian presidency, should mirror what it did very well after the financial crisis of 2008. They did set up the Financial Stability Board, chaired, by the way, by Mario Draghi for several years, that was vital in urging national governments to update their financial and supervision rules and enforcement practices. Now, what we propose in this Pan-European Commission is that the G20 should set up a global health board combining the health aspects, the economic and the financial aspects, and should become the engine of urgent reflection and coordination, supplementing the work of the WHO in order to speed up global governance on health and more generally on public goods.
Mario, can we talk about the governance of Europe? Because in this crisis, Europe has been fairly keen to demonstrate that the project works, and we certainly saw that around the recovery funds. But the vaccine program has fallen off it, the playbook. And, you know, we saw this commentary yesterday from French President Emmanuel Macron saying this is the end of naivety from the EU. Extraordinary use of language because it suggests inexperience, a lack of sophistication, lack of wisdom. Few would suggest that Emmanuel Macron himself has any of those characteristics, let alone Europe. What do you make of that commentary? Was Europe naive in its approach to vaccine procurement?
Well, we should not be too surprised that Europe has reacted quite well in terms of monetary, financial, and fiscal response to the pandemic, and so far not quite well in terms of the procurement and the industrial response to that. The reason is simple, to me at least. That is, Europe was already, since many, many years or decades, engaging in an exercise of governance at the union level concerning monetary policy, concerning coordination of national fiscal policies, and so on. So the response to the pandemic with the creation of the next generation EU simply was an acceleration, a huge acceleration of a mindset and of operating instruments and of legal instruments and of powers that basically were already there, only they've been now greatly amplified. But there has never been such a thing as a health union, and it is now a proposal of the European Commission to set up a EU health union, and we should not be surprised that out of improvisation, because countries until a few months ago were completely against giving some greater powers to the EU in terms of health, and now they wanted to to go fast in that direction. It is not surprising that this situation was unprepared and did not work out too well. But integration, European integration in particular, over history, has always proceeded through failures or limited failures, bringing to new reflections, bringing in turn to a greater willingness of member states to put some of their powers together at the EU level for them to be put in place more effectively.